Do you know, there was a time where I felt very lost, unfulfilled, a time where I couldn't connect to people. I was so shy, I could never have done anything like this. There was a time when I didn't want to be seen particularly, a time where I felt so alone in the world that nothing could change anything for me. But I started to dance, and I started to create, and I started to look at my life story in a very different way. I began to look at it as a soul's journey, and sometimes I needed to go to those depths for introspection. And there were times where I began to be able to bring myself out of those dark places. Sometimes I learnt to retreat into them because I could create from that place. I could write, particularly poetry, and I could learn a little bit more about who I am and what I'm here to bring. And then there were times where I would connect more to community, share my story and my experience, most importantly, the solutions I had found in order to reclaim a sense of well-being and worth. I think so many of us struggle with this, and my experience and my solutions have had to enable me to step out a bit more fully, to grow, to learn, to let go of the shyness and the inhibitions, and to say, do you know, I do have value, I do have depth, I do have what it takes to bring us out of some of those hiding places. I do have what it takes to reclaim a sense of voice and power, empowerment of the soul. I do have what it takes to take people on incredible journeys through the psyche, through movement, through self-expression, and through creativity. And that deep journey it takes to recognize our soul purpose. I do have that, and I recognize that. And bringing that to the world is one of those little baby steps that has to be taken for me to find my own fulfillment and for me to be of service to others. I have to share my story, and I do. And I have shared my story with many. My book, Misguided Angel, I've written it twice now, and I love that book. And I love the writing that's gone into it and the experience I've had in order to bring it to the world, because it wasn't easy. I'd love to hear more about your story and your experience and what it takes you to fully find that fulfillment of spirit and of soul. And I'd love you to join me on some of the experiences and some of the courses that I share. I think we would make magic together.